Okay, a little while ago I posted a picture of some chicken, some fish, asparagus, squash, zucchini, and sweet potatoes and chicken. Um, well, I have prepped the fish and the vegetables to cook, and I'm not going to prep the chicken right now because I usually do that really early in the morning. And I have some already cooked, but I'll show you after this what I do with the chicken anyway. This right here is going to be enough food, well, the fish anyway, is going to be enough food for a day and a half because I didn't realize I was short on fish, so I've got to go to the grocery store and I don't feel like going. But anyway, over here, I have cut up, let's see if I can fit this in the screen, my vegetables. I have my asparagus, and then I have my zucchini and my squash. I just cut the bottoms off my asparagus because I like the little short sticks. That, and you don't want the bottom of it because it's real rough and nasty. It's like the root or whatever. And then I have my zucchini and my squash all chopped up real little. What I'm going to do with these, I've had the oven preheating at 350 for however long it takes your oven to preheat. I use Great Value butter flavored cooking spray. Before I put the vegetables in here, I sprayed the bottom of the pan with that. I'm going to spray the vegetables as well. Try to move them around a little so it gets all in there. Just for me, anything with a buttery taste is a bonus. And but you can also get olive oil or unflavored. Also, what I'm going to put on here for my good fats is I use extra light virgin olive oil. It has 14 grams of fat in it, but 2 of it is saturated, 1.5 is polysaturated, and 10 grams is monosaturated. Those are your good fats, so this is a good thing to use. Normally, I'd only put a couple tablespoons per plate, but since I have such a large quantity of vegetables here, I'm going to put 1/4 of a cup, and I'm just going to drizzle it over everything. What I'm going to do next is black pepper. That's all I really like on my vegetables. You can put just, you know, generously put it on there however much you want. I just go over the top with it. You know, if you can have a little sodium in your diet, you can put a little Tony's. You can use any of the Mrs. Dash or the McCormick seasonings as long as they're sodium free if you're on a sodium restricted diet. So this is prepped and done. That's all I do with my vegetables. They're going to go in the oven and wait. And I'm going to do my fish next. What I'm going to do with the tilapia is pretty much the same thing. I'm going to spray it down with my cooking spray because I do not like dry fish. Again, I'm going to put about, maybe not 1/4 of a cup, but I'm going to go with 1/8 of a cup because you already have a lot of fats that are good for you in your fish. And it doesn't have to be tilapia. It could be any white fish. Your salmons and your redfish, you want to limit your intake on those because they do have a lot of fat in them, both good and bad. Your white fishes are very lean and have good fats in them and good quality protein and calories. So this is 1/8 of a cup, and again, I'm just going to drizzle it over the tilapia. Now, the seasonings I'm going to use for this, I have the McCormick roasted garlic and herb, and I have the McCormick fiery 5 pepper. Another thing I like to use on my chicken is, it's actually kind of weird, it's popcorn topping. It's got a little bit of sodium in it, but just a thought, if you get tired of some plain old chicken, you can at least pretend you're having some buffalo wings. But anyway, so I just sprinkle generously my McCormick seasoning. And my fiery. And that's all the prep for that. That's going to go in the oven too. So I'll show you what we got going on in there. So in the oven, we have 2 trays, the fish and the vegetables. Alright. Close that up. I'm going to set it for about 15 minutes and let it cook, and that'll have my vegetables good and tender. You can also grill your vegetables on a George Foreman or a barbecue pit, however you like to do your cooking. You can steam them, you can boil them. Personally, I love them baked. I like everything baked. So that'll be out shortly, and I'll show you what the finished product looks like, and then I'll work on my sweet potatoes. So enjoy. Now, this is how my tilapia comes out. Nice and juicy. And here's how my vegetables come out. Good and soft. That's it. Bye. Okay, next up is my sweet potatoes. And I forgot to apologize about just being in the sports bag. But I'm really hot today, so I'm not putting on a lot of clothes until I have to. Sweet potatoes. There's a variety of ways you can cook them. You can boil them, you can steam them, you can bake them, you can microwave them. Microwave them, you can put the whole sweet potato as it is in the microwave in the skin for 5 to 6 minutes, depending on the size, and it comes out great, like a baked potato. But I'm going to bake these. I have cut them up into circles. A couple of them are in squares. You can do it like sweet potato fries. You can wrap them in foil and bake them, but this is how I found that I really like to do them. Again, I cut them in circles most of the time just because I think it's really hard to dig through the freaking sweet potato with a knife. It's like a workout in itself, so I guess you could do it that way. But I've cut them up. Normally, what I've been told is to place a piece of tin foil on your pan first, but I'm out of tin foil, so we're not doing that. I have sprayed the bottom of the pan again with my cooking spray. I'm going to go ahead and spray them again. I'm going to use, again, about 1/4 of a cup of olive oil over the entire batch. You can use more, you can use less, and then I kind of spread it around. This helps them to cook so they're not mushy. Oh, also, I personally leave the skin on my sweet potatoes because there's a lot of fiber in there, and some of us need that extra fiber. So I leave mine in there, in the skin. I've put my olive oil, and then again, simple, no sodium, black pepper. Coat it down. And I am going to add a little bit of Tony's because I do get a tiny bit of sodium in my diet right now. So I'm just going to lightly sprinkle that across. I like my Tony's with my sweet potatoes because it's like the sweet and spicy thing. So I'm going to put these in the oven. I have increased my temperature from 350 to 400, and everybody's oven cooks a little bit differently, but I'm going to cook them for about 45 minutes, and then I'll check them, usually is what I do, and see if they're as mushy or crispy as I like them, and if they're not, I'll cook them for a little bit longer. They don't take typically as long as a sweet potato in, you know, a whole sweet potato bacon, because it doesn't have to cook through all those layers since it's all sliced up. So I'm going to add this. Here it is all seasoned. Oops, sorry. Here it is all seasoned up. My sweet potatoes ready to go in the oven. So we'll be back when those are done. And that's how you don't cook sweet potatoes for your final finished product. Don't leave the house when there's like 3 to 5 minutes left on the sweet potatoes and ask, you know, your teenage child to get them out whenever the timer goes off, because it's not going to happen. So I'm going to salvage what I can and make a fresh batch. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the prep. Bye.